guys, I hope you're good. Gonna keep it brief today. It's 28 degrees. It's absolutely fucking sweltering. I had a really good week off work. Back now doing night shift. So what I'm going to talk to you about today is how much does it cost to buy a narrowboat? It's one of the most common questions that I get asked. Personally, I don't mind people asking me that question, but what I would say is that some people might take offence to it. Especially if you don't really know someone, it's probably a bit of a rude question. Like, you wouldn't say to someone that you didn't know very well, how much did you pay for your house, how much did you pay for that? Something that you would rather just say to someone that you know a bit better. And also I don't really know why there's like this obsession. It's just like an English thing. Where people want to know how much you paid for everything. Like, do they want to know, did they get a bargain on the thing that they got, or did you get ripped off, or do they want to know that the thing that they've got is more expensive? Like, I get that a lot with, when I bought my car as well. Like, how much did you pay? Like, I don't know, people think like, oh, well, she only paid that much and I paid more, so I'm better than her. I don't know. Anyway, so yeah, you don't really know someone. It's not a question that you would ask. You just Google it or watch my video and I'll tell you. My boat, when I saw it advertised, it was advertised for £99,000, which I knew was way over what you should be paying for a boat. So I called the agent and they said no, it was a mistake with the price. The asking price is lower than that, and it's £87,000, which was good. It was closer to the figure that I wanted to be starting from. There's no set price on how much a boat should cost either. You get two very similar boats, for different reasons they'll cost a different amount of money. Anyway, so £87,000 was the asking price of my boat. I've written everything down to try and remember all of the figures, try and be as accurate as possible. When I sold my house in May, my share of the equity on that, my half, was that I got was £82,669.77, and I had a few grand in savings as well, so that was where I was starting from. I put an initial offer in of £80,000 and was told if you could come up to £82,500 then we'll have a deal. And that was about what I was willing to settle on anyway, so we had a deal on that. And I'm going to talk as well about other hidden costs that you might not think about when buying a boat. Much like when you're buying and selling houses, you know, there's all those other costs that you need to budget in for. So we agreed on the price for the boat. I sold my house in May and I didn't move on to the boat until the 5th of August. So I ended up having to put all of my furniture and my other stuff into a storage unit. At that time I didn't realise that I was going to be buying a boat. I thought I was going to buy another house. So I did keep quite a lot of furniture and different possessions. I had two friends come and help me move, so the only removal cost that I paid was van hire, which was about £100, which is not too bad. Thing that really stung me was the price of the storage unit. I didn't plan to be staying in there for as long as I did, but things changed. Didn't end up buying a house. I bought the boat, and in the end the total amount of money that I paid for my storage unit was £907. Also, there was that time between May and August that I suppose I was homeless. Stopped with some mates, stopped in hotels, went on a few different conferences and stuff. So actually I figured it out last night at work. Between the middle of May and the start of August, I've lived in 10 different places. So I was quite lucky. Some of that was on expenses, because there were conferences. Some of that was stopping with mates, so I wasn't really paying anything. And then a few hotels that I had to pay for. So I won't include the price of that, but do bear in mind, if you are going to be moving and there's going to be a gap, you'd have to pay for accommodation, which might be a bit more expensive than what you'd normally be paying. Anyway, back to the boat. We agreed the price of £82,500. Obviously I had a survey done. The price of that survey was £672. That included VAT. I'm such a knob when it comes to calculating things. I keep forgetting to add the VAT, so I'm like, oh, that's cheap, and then get hit with the 20%. So all of these prices are gonna include the VAT. Do not forget to include VAT. On VAT, you don't pay VAT on a boat except for when it's brand new, so I didn't have to worry about that. So £672 was the survey. The boatyard that I used for the survey charged me £250 to crane the boat out of the water, which apparently is reasonable. And before they can do the survey, you need to jet wash the boat. You're not allowed to do that yourself. You take a boat to a boatyard, they will sting you for the cost of everything, and they won't let you do any work yourself. So the jet wash was £112, and that didn't even include them washing the bottom of the boat. I've gotten a bit of an argument with them about that, but that was that. The survey showed up a few different pieces of work that need to be done. The total price of that work came to £1,749.50. So I had to renegotiate the asking price with the seller, and he knocked £1,000 off of the price of the boat. So I ended up paying £81,500 for the boat. Then once the boat was ready to go back into the water, I had to pay another £250 for the craning. I was quite lucky because the broker who I dealt with when I was buying the boat, he moved it back to my moorings for me, because I'd never driven a boat at that time. I wouldn't have been able to do it myself, and I wouldn't have been covered by the insurance. He didn't charge me anything for that, but if you are buying a boat and you've never driven one before, then you may have to think about paying someone to move it for you, or the cost of doing a course. So it's something to bear in mind. I mentioned insurance, and for insurance I paid £365.69. I'm quite happy with that price. I know other people have said I could have got it cheaper, blah blah blah. Don't really give a fuck. I just wanted to get the insurance and have a home, and I think it's quite reasonable for someone who's never had a boat before. What else? So I had all the stuff in the storage, because I was downsizing quite a lot. I got rid of a lot of stuff, donated it to charity, gave some stuff to friends, and dumped stuff that I wasn't keeping. So I was able to move all of my stuff back by myself. Did many trips backwards and forwards in the car. Luckily I've got quite a big car, but it was still a lot of trips. But you know, maybe you would think about having to pay a removal company to move stuff onto your boat as well. So that's, you know, something that, as well, to consider. And then another thing that I needed to consider, because I was moving into a new place, I needed to stock up on lots of different bits and pieces, you know, cleaning stuff, stuff for the kitchen, buy some new furniture, other household bits and pieces. So I reckon in the first month that I was here, I probably spent maybe another £1,000 on things like that. Oh, and also I had to pay month's mooring fees up front, which was £407.70, plus they needed a £500 security deposit from me. So here's a list of all of the boaty related costs. So the total cost of buying my boat was £85,806.89. It's not cheap, but it was definitely worth it. Anyway, I'm gonna go away now because I'm too hot and I'm starting to ramble. I'll do another video very soon about day-to-day costs of living on a boat, maintenance, that sort of thing. If there's anything else in particular you want me to make a video about, just let me know in the comments below. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in about a week's time. Bye!